Okay, we're continuing on with the desk, the secretary desk. Um, it's coming along fairly nice. Kind of a slow process. Um, but right now, I need to work on the top to get this wood all planed up. The actual height of this desk is going to be 7 feet, so I got some rough cut now that I've got to plane down to 3/4, and then I'll get it mounted up uh, and try to wrap this thing up as best I can. So I planed these boards down a couple of days ago, down to 3/4 inch. So now I'm just going to run them through the joiner, at least get one edge flat, and then I'll square it up on the table saw. And after I get done with that, then I can join the two boards together. And then once it dries, then I'll cut it to the finished width and length that I need for the. Okay, now that I have the boards at the table saw, uh, I the width of these boards is going to be more than what I need for the width of the top of the desk. So I'm not really concerned about how much I rip off of here. Although I'm not going to go too nuts here, ripping off a lot. But I'll use the edge that I just put on the joiner up against the fence, like so. And then I'll just rip off a thin strip here just to make sure that I've got a squared up piece. And I'll do that with all the boards I have here, and that glued up should be enough for the top and the bottom of the shelf portion of the desk. Okay, I got the fence all set. Again, like I said, it's not going to be a lot. I'm not going to take off from the width here. So let me just start the dust collection here. Should do it, I think. Should be square. We'll just do the same thing with the other three, and then we. So now I've got the two of the pieces. I'm not really concerned about the grain layout when I join the two boards together, making it look cosmetically great. I mean, because it's actually you're not going to see much of it anyway. It's like inside of the bookcase in the top of the actual bookcase part of the desk. So, but my main concern here is that actually we have it's nice and square, flush together, which it is. So when I glue these boards together, um, you shouldn't see the seam really well once it's all sanded out. So we're good. So I'll just cut some biscuits in here and then glue these up, and we'll get started with that. Now here I'm just going to mark each side where I'm actually going to put the biscuit, and if you mark across the seam, like so, then I know that my center point for the biscuit joiner will be the same on both sides, so the board will mate the way it's. I'm using number 10 biscuits, just the standard size. I'm not sure how I feel about these clamps. Um, I got these from Rockler. I mean, they're made nice, but they're a little cumbersome to use. I know I think a woodpecker, I think has another version of this, which is pretty expensive. Um, but I know that I bought a cheap 2x4 just to cut it in half and set it up for this, and it's probably not. I should have got a better quality board, I guess, but it's a little cumbersome to do. Maybe it's just something I have to get used to using over a few times, and then maybe it'll get easier. But I mean, they work once they're in, but like I said, it just takes a little finesse. But they're glued up, and we'll just have to wait for these to dry overnight, and then we can sand them down. I can cut it to its final dimensions and get it ready. I ran out of the other clamps. I only had three sets. That's all I ordered because I was just wanting to try them out, I guess. But so back to the old just pipe clamps for this one. Okay, now that those are all glued up, now I've got to do the side going upright. Of course, I don't have enough room down here in the shop to actually do the height. I have to take the top back off. It's not attached to the rest of the desk, so I have to take that back off to actually assemble the top. And then when it gets to the customer, then I can go ahead and I can piece the whole thing together. But anyway, so now I got to measure up for the sides. I'm going to plane some rough cut oak that I bought, and we'll measure that up and get the right height and glue up the boards. The same thing that we did with the top and the bottom. Okay, so for the sides here, I determined I'm gonna cut them at 3 feet, and once I get them glued together, and then I can actually mill them to the proper size that I need. So we'll just measure out 3 feet. And doesn't have to be totally accurate with and then once I do this to 3 more, then I'll run them through the planer and joiner, and we'll go through the same thing as we did for the top. All right, we're going to start planing.